All right, brothers and sisters, mashallah. Thank you for joining us again. We're working on some heavy issues today. We got to bang it out, y'all. Okay. There's some movies that are out right now, and I want to take a look at 3 of them. There are groups out there, as I mentioned, that are very, very good at getting their message across and communicating their issues and what they think is good and right for them. Is this something that we should do? Now, since these people are good at what they do, then the question comes, well, we need PR. We need to get our message out. We're not bad guys. We need people to change their minds about us, not so that we can go along to get along, but so that people can know the reality. You know, we want to change not the perception of reality, but we want to promote the reality itself. You ain't met no terrorist man. You met the doctor or the nurse or the engineer, so on and so forth. So all of these things, need to be taken into perspective. But let's take a look at this issue here. Now, we've got these few movies that come out, and if you want to talk about putting out your message, a movie is one of the ways to do it. Whether it is education, just spreading a message, make a statement, or even propaganda. It's one of the best ways to do it is to make a movie about it. And propaganda films were, the way that the people's hearts were stirred up for war. They used to show movies, okay, and make movies regarding this kind of stuff. So let's take a look at a couple of these issues now. There's a movie out now. It's called this movie's going on the way out. They're not out yet, but they're on their way out. They've been produced and they're ready for your viewing pleasure in a theater near you coming soon. The Boy in the Striped Pyjamas is a film based upon the book of the same name by Irish author John Boyne about a German boy whose father is a high-ranking German officer, and he befriends a Jewish boy from a nearby concentration camp. Okay? So it's a Holocaust-era movie. All right? Now, move on to movie number 2. The movie Valkyrie, starring Tom Cruise as Colonel Klaus von Stauffenberg, a German World War II colonel and Prussian aristocrat who led a conspiracy plot to assassinate Adolf Hitler. Another World War II, quote-unquote, Holocaust movie. All right? We all know, which group stands to benefit from those 2 movies. Let's move on, shall we? Before I get into trouble. Okay, we've got a 3rd movie coming out soon starring Sean Penn. And it's called Milk. Okay, Milk is a biopicture movie about Harvey Milk, who was the first openly gay person to be elected to major office in San Francisco. All right? So we've got these movies out that are obviously backed and supported by groups of people who have something to gain from a positive message being relayed about their particular group. All right? The movies, as I mentioned, are a fantastic way to get your point across. But my question is this. If you're looking at these movies and the groups that are behind them and the reasons why and the current affairs that are going on now, or the question, when does a film cross the line between entertainment and propaganda? Okay? It's a line. There's a line that is to be crossed. And, people say black people have been doing it for years. And the line between legitimate address to maybe a tragic oppression or bad event or, some wrong that happened to a group of people or individuals. The line between legitimate address to those issues and the opportunistic use of that in order to forward an agenda or a program or political agenda. All right. So when you cross that line, you're crossing the line over into, propaganda. And so it's my theory that especially, for regards to Milk, the movie Milk, gays are kind of now in a pickle because, especially with black folks, because we voted, over 70%, to ban gay marriage in California, and they are up in arms about that. They are holding marches every week, and now here comes this movie, which is undoubtedly attempting to spread sympathetic and empathetic feelings for the gay community. All right. So, we're asking the question, what does the murder of Harvey Milk back in 1977 have to do with gay marriage? All right. It's putting whereas some people may not know gay people or they may not associate with gays, which is, quite possible. There's a lot of people who don't associate with gays. You may not have a high opinion of them, but you go to the movies and you may like a good movie. So if you go to the movie and you see that and, it begins a change in perception. And the change of perception is the goal. So, and also, the Jewish people, they have something to gain from these types of movies. And I think it's not from any particular recent event, that is causing them any type of grief, but rather I think it's because they're feeling left out. Because contemporary civil rights discussion is being dominated by blacks because of the election of Barack Obama and gays because of Proposition 8. So I submit to you that Muslims, although we've gotten some bad press and we could really use some PR, I don't think that we need to go there like what these people are doing. I don't think that we need to make a movie about American Muslims, and invariably they're going to make the movie about some bumbling idiot, clean-shaven, shaved-down Jones, sissified Muslim, who is, in cahoots with everyone who means us harm in order to make us look like we're okay. They're never going to show, a long-bearded brother, who's a gun owner, who's standing up for his and is ready to roll for Islam, but is still, doesn't mind being an American and being called an American and, is not going to harm anyone. They'll never do that. That's not, that's not palatable. All right. So my point is we don't need to do that. I think that us American Muslims, we need to just get out and do more of the groundwork that is necessary to not change what I call, what I mentioned, the perception of reality. We don't need to do that. We just need to present the reality to people. Show the people who we are on a day-to-day basis. Open yourself up. Some of you Muslims out there, you don't associate with any non-Muslims whatsoever. That needs to stop. Go bowling with some non-Muslim friends. You have friends at work, but you're shy to, have a relationship with them. I'm not saying you have to, get all up with them and, do all kinds of other things that go beyond the bounds. No, I'm saying just have a relationship, communicate, open the doors of communication. This is the best way to do PR. I tell you, the people who are, our supporters and our, best and staunchest friends are those people who have had good experiences and who have had friends, Muslim people, open up to them. That's the best way. Open up the doors of communication, and that you are the best propaganda film that there ever was. You're a good example. Brothers and sisters, you're checking out American Muslims Today. Don't front on it at all.